That's a hug.
Oh.
Everything all right so far?
Yes.
Well, but what shall we start? In '94, when Mastino played in Dordrecht. But Jenny was very small at that time, I guess.
She was 13 years old.
You lived a while in Rotterdam because of the coach. Maybe a silly question. What's the difference between Hamburg and Rotterdam?
I mean, I was very young when I moved to Rotterdam. I was 18, so that was the first city I lived where I was living on my own. So that was very exciting.
Yeah.
And it was nice that it's also a harbor city. So this is a similarity to Hamburg.
Yeah.
So a lot of water.
Yeah.
But then, because I then started already from beginning on going to VOM, going to concerts, and also getting into the breakcore scene. And for me, Rotterdam was always, in a way, more open for noisy music than Hamburg. You could play records, whatever you wanted. People would never complain that it's too loud and too hard. And in Hamburg, this happens much more often.
Yeah.
So this is for sure a difference.
Yeah.
But long time ago, I was not in Rotterdam since 4 years, I think.
Yeah.
Before, I lived for 8 years there, but I moved away in 2007, so this is already a long time ago.
Yeah. But Horst is still alive and kicking. I see you're busy with musical projects.
Only kicking.
Yeah. I like the hair.
I did it for you. It took 2 hours.
But your musical projects like bands and you focused on what you were doing as Jetzmann at the moment. You made a record.
My focus as musician now, it's mostly for the work for the theater, especially for Jenny. It depends what is necessary, but I mostly work with electronics. For the stage is there are many styles possible because it's functional music and not only my aim. But for me, what I would like to do most is combine experiments with words and electronics. But I didn't have published much of this kind. Only with David Wallraff. He's a noise musician from Hamburg, and we did 2 pieces together with words from me and sounds noise from him. But I would like to do more in that direction. Perhaps I'm still interested in texting, but not in the way like in the old hip hop days. Short words and much more not so so klar oder so eindeutig.
I was always dancing. I started when I was 4, and I was really getting into ballet. I wanted to become a ballerina. And then, so I really did a lot of training and ballet training here in Hamburg at the opera school. And then I came to Rotterdam to work, to study at Codarts. Yeah. So very kind of lots of training and very linear in a way towards. And then I started choreographing after I finished my studies.
You did some shows in Rotterdam also, let's say the week in the Player. And,
yes, that was nice. That was like a first experimental thing. Then it was just when I had graduated, and I was coming together with a video artist, Alexandra. It's so long time ago, but that was really nice. We had a residency together for 1 weekend, and it was really nice. Yeah, you remember that. That was in this old casino.
Also in the Lantaarn, I guess.
Yes, with
So-
Jaakko Toivonen, and he's still in half in Rotterdam, half in Finland.
Well, later on, you work more as a choreographer. Let's say.
Yes, I started then at dance ateliers. I had 2 research projects at dance ateliers in Rotterdam, and that was very important for me to get experience. And then I was invited to go back to Hamburg to work here as a choreographer. I got a residency here at Kampnagel at K3, the choreographic center.
Yeah.
That was my motivation to go back.
You have your own studio or workshop?
No, not. At the moment I'm producing my work at Kampnagel, which is a big cultural center. But I'm having now a 3-year funding, and now we're actually going to rent a studio. For the first time, I'm going to have a studio by my own. But first, we plan it for half a year. It's in an empty old post building. It's very close to where I live. It's very rough, and so we're going to start in April. I'm very curious what we will do there. Also, because I'm working on a format where I'm meeting audience very regularly in my rehearsals. And now with Corona, of course, this is not really possible. So I started doing it digitally. And I'm, of course, curious how the pandemic situation will allow us to also meet maybe people in the studio.
But a dancer needs music also, or a choreographer?
Yes.
How do you do that? How do you choose? You have some image about what music you need?
Yes,
Jetzmann.
Yeah, like we work together for such a long time, and somehow what I really like about our collaboration is that Jetzmann always knows, Horst, you always know how much and what is necessary and what not. So a lot of times we work independently. So I would rehearse without music. A lot of things develop without music, and Horst will be at his studio and then come to our studio, and then we find out what it is together. But a lot of things developed independently, and then things come together, and then it's really about calculating when, what sound, how much, when there is silence, when do we hear the movements also as part of the composition, and when is the music taking over, and what are the atmospheres of the music and also of the recorded sounds.
Well, inspiration. Let's say Michael Clark, or ask Jenny or Cunningham. Or...
I mean, I had Cunningham classes at Codarts, but I would not say that it was my biggest inspiration, but for sure artistically very important figure in dance history. But for me, it was more like I was really trained in ballet. And then for me, Cunningham was also a kind of technique, which is very like you have to train every day. So I had to get a bit more out of this kind of strict lines. So I cannot say I'm, but in the combination of things, how things are kind of combined randomly, that's very inspiring, of course.
Well, about your radio show, Horst, you're not let's say a regular DJ, but you choose, let's say, some items like Black Lives Matter, or what happened in Auschwitz, or let's say about hate each other, or
there are always political themes, and some themes are interesting for me, and then I try to support it with music. It's not a DJ show, it's with moderation and talking, but I try to support the theme with music. Now it's a bit difficult. It's always on Monday evening, and the other task for the show is to present events, concerts that will come in the following week. And in Corona times, there is not much. For a long time, I did canceled concerts, and I played the music of musicians that their concerts were canceled. But now there are no concerts cancelled anymore because they are not planned anymore.
Online.
And so
Everything's online now.
And it gets more into online presentations, lectures, and such things.
Yeah.
But you also have Radio Gagarin.
Yes, we have another show with Asmus, Radio Gagarin, every month, and that is more international.
Nice.
Hände in die Taschen, in die Armbeuge sprechen. Doch ich fasse es nicht. Ich fasse es nicht.
Well, you can cope with Corona, or still in Holland we can't. They don't allow us on the street. Let's say after 9 o'clock.
The shops are closed, but we don't have a curfew.
Yeah.
And for example, I will have a premiere on 7th of April. We're gonna do an online premiere of my next piece.
Okay.
It will be a Zoom conference. Actually, we choose to have the format of a conference, and we can rehearse. So I could work like in the studio, and then because one of the dancers, Nina, she is in Norway, and she stays also in Norway. So we are rehearsing with her over big distance. But it's nice that we, even in this pandemic, I could continue working. It's very special, and
so you can find a way. You can find a way to do your things. Also.
Yes, yeah, and we kind of dealt with the situation of Nina not able to be traveling, and then we kind of found out that to use it as an artistic format. So she is in Norway. Chris, the other dancer, me, will be in Hamburg, and we work with video projection, and we try it. So it's like 3 duets: one of me and Nina, one of Chris and me, one of Chris and Nina. And Jetzmann, he is also part of it, and he's playing at the moment music from his studio, home office, like via Zoom, sharing music. It's actually quite interesting, like things you would not normally have invented. So, but that it's very special that I can continue working.
Okay. Oh yeah.
The new LP.
Okay.
Auf Abwägen.
Ja, school label met Tulken, the magazine also.
Ja, genau.
Okay, tschüss.
Tschüss.
Bis Ausflug, bis Jenny und ciao.
Tschüss.
Tschüss.
Oh, ja.